Hey guys, and welcome back for another content of Ragnarok M Classic. And in this video, we are going to have an in-depth explanation of the Ranger's master skills. I have received an invitation to test for the future patch of Ragnarok M Classic, and this includes the second line of master skill, which in this case, I did test with my clone character from the official server, so I can really compare its damage and performance. And before we proceed, I just want to do a quick shout out to our sponsor. Does your phone overheat when grinding your character in-game? Or do you have a lot of accounts to grind at the same time without compromising your device? Then it's time for you to try the LD Cloud. LD Cloud is an Android cloud phone that uses the cloud server, not your phone. It's an app where you can play any games that you want without worrying about your phone's storage or even the RAM usage, as the app itself is very light to use. The LD Cloud will take care of that, so having multiple instances while grinding 24/7 is possible, and your device would not be compromised. So if you are interested, you can try a 24 hours trial for new users by clicking my link on the description. Take note that this server is a CBT, and we are performing some testing here regarding the bugs that needs to be fixed, and skills that can be very overwhelming in terms of damage and performance. Some Ranger fans out there are curious of what this master skill second line can do with our current meta, whether they can be much more useful now or still not enough. So without further ado, let's start with the active skill, the Deep Blind Trap. Place an invisible deep blind trap within a designated area with a 3-meter radius. When an enemy enters the trap range, the trap is triggered, dealing Dex, base level, and int with a dark attribute magic damage, which considers physical defense to enemies. So what does this mean? To make it simple, you need dexterity and intelligence stats. And then you also need the M damage because it deals dark M damage. And as what the skill description says, it considers the physical defense of the enemy, meaning you still need the ignore P def. But then since it's a magic damage, then you need the magic penetration as well. This trap damage formula seems so complicated to be honest, but it is what it is. Though you still need the P attack and refined P attack for other trap damage formula, just like this landmine if you break through its level. And just a quick note also, magic attack, range damage, P damage, ignore MDef, and penetration will not work for its damage multiplier, and this is for all related trap skills. Additionally, it inflicts darkness status, also known as blind status, on the enemies for 5 seconds. A maximum of 2 traps can exist simultaneously, and Deep Blind Trap will always receive the full damage bonus of Detonator skills. So in this case, you should max your Detonator, as well as getting all the AC runes to increase its damage. As you can see here, when the Deep Blind Trap is triggered, it forms a circle area of effect for 5 seconds, and the dark damage ticks for every 0.5 seconds, so the maximum tick is 10. This purple one is the Deep Blind Trap, and why it consists of random elemental traps is because of the first passive, the Trap Minefield. When using Deep Blind Trap, an additional minefield will be deployed within the trap's range, allowing 5 traps to be set when max level. So the skill level corresponds to the number of additional elemental traps to be placed. Second passive, the Hidden Blind Spot, is a defensive skill. Ranger gains stealth. In addition, you will also gain 30% damage reduction within the range of Deep Blind Trap, whether triggered or not. So basically, you will just gain stealth when near the Deep Blind Trap only, not other elemental traps. And I think the fading time is around 2 seconds. So I think this is not really that game changing, as you need to stay away as far as you can, because in PvP clash, you wouldn't want to go near it as a ranger. And from what I observed, you need to be near 3 to 4 meter radius from the Deep Blind Trap to activate the stealth and damage reduction. But I did find this passive very interesting when it first came out on Cremesy's page, because the stealth is not removed when attacking. So how about we just stay ADL rangers and abuse this stealth passive? Just look at this. Imagine if my crit and attack speed are high enough. Then I place the Deep Blind Trap near me. Can you imagine it now? It's like a Shadow Chaser but dealing a huge normal attack crits. And the stealth is much more stable than Shadow Chasers. If the Ranger is just steady auto-attacking near the Deep Blind Trap, you can just leave this on level 1 for stealth. And then for the last passive is the Full Detonation. you will gain the adventure skill Cluster Blast, which allows a detonator at a specified location. This is the Cluster Blast that is located on your adventure skill. How this works is you need to manually cast the Cluster Blast, so put it on the manual slot. If you place a trap anywhere on the map, example is this one, the purpose of the Cluster Blast skill is to detonate all the traps in one place at the same time. This is why you see the area of effect indicator here. Once I select the target, all the remaining traps on the map will be placed on the area and instantly detonates, dealing all the traps damage. This is really good to burst down a target. And now all of your traps will receive 100% damage from the detonator, not only the deep blind trap. So I know what you have been thinking, whether these traps are still reliable if there are land protectors. The answer is no. Sages can just drop a land protector on that area where rangers place their traps, and all of it will just be wiped out. You can also put some traps on the land protected area. But here's the thing, you can use your Cluster Blast to bypass the land protector. Here's for example, place the traps outside, then use the Cluster Blast on the target, even if they are inside the land protector. See, the trap damage still triggers. But the only trap that is not effective here is unfortunately the master skill itself, the deep blind trap. But if you just calculate all the trap damage at once, you will surely deal a very high amount of damage. So this is really good, but you just need to place the traps and activate it manually. If you are lazy and just want to do auto skill, then you might not like this playstyle. My advice for Ranger players that are saving some zennies and they wanna know which skill to prioritize early on, this is just my opinion. First, as usual, go level 3 with the active skill, then level 1 with the first, second, and third passive. After that, go for the 5, 3, 1, 5. Then for pre-late game investment, go for the 5, 5, 1, and 10. If you are wondering why not rush on maxing the active skill, this is because the build is more focused on PvP, and in PvP you will encounter more land protectors. And like I featured earlier, the deep blind trap is not effective when using it with Cluster Blast on a land protected area. So you just need to max out the first passive along with the third passive to deal the highest amount of elemental trap damage as much as possible. It may cost a lot of zennies, so make sure you have saved for it. Lapakgaming is the most affordable top-up site that has a guaranteed safe transaction with a 10 times money back guarantee. They have a lot of games that you can top up discounted prices here like Mobile Legends, Ragnarok Origin, and of course the Ragnarok Classic. All you need to do is to select the product that you want. For example, here is the Kafralog that costs only 1,573 pesos in the Lapakgaming. While you are buying it in-game, it may cost for around 1,700 pesos. That's almost a 180 pesos discount. Then from here, choose the payment method, enter the character UID that is located on your in-game profile, and they have special discount of up to 5% off on all Ragnarok Classic top-ups. Just type EVENTROMC on the promo code. Click the use promo to get your special discount. After that, complete the payment process by clicking the buy now. That's easy, and you will get the product that you have purchased instantly after the payment is complete. So what are you waiting for? Click my link in the description and on the comments section, then top up now. Lapakgaming 10 times money back guarantee. Now, like what I always include in the series is the auto skill. But since this playstyle is more on manual, then doing it on full auto will be less effective. Still, I have something that auto players will have. First on your auto skill will be the Prepare for Elite with a True Sight, Windwalk, and Exceed Break. Next is the Deep Blind Trap, followed by the Minefield. And then select one elemental trap for fillers. This will depend on what element counter you need to burst down the target. So use the auto skill. And once you think that you already placed many traps, use the Cluster Blast to a crowd of monster or a boss. Then just repeat the process. Also, you can use War Grinding while placing traps. This is one of your advantage as a trapper. you will have high mobility as a ranger. Now, what is my conclusion about this deep blind trap? Well, for me, it's a really fun playstyle. It's a very different from the usual classes that you would just drop an AoE skill, auto attack, and many more. This needs patience to set up traps before bursting down the target. Yes, this can one-shot players in PvP easily with a good setup, but unfortunately, this performs underwhelming in terms of PvE. I mean, not really that weak. It's just the gap between PvP and PvE performance is something big. But still, I would choose a Trapper build Ranger when doing Oracle runs than an ADL, as they can do AoE damage that can greatly help in clearing large crowd of mobs. The stat building is really weird, as I have mentioned earlier. You are dealing M damage but you need ignore P-Def. It may affect your gears and cards, but trust me, this build is worth it and really fun to use. I have high hopes for this build, and I think this may be a new meta in PvP. If you find this video helpful, then please leave a like. Also subscribe to support my channel. As always, thank you for watching, stay safe and have an awesome day. Lights out.